I am now at Hopetoun Castle, which was used in Outlander as Sandringham's house and parts of Paris and the ballroom. So come along, I'll show you.
Whispers in the cobblestones, Edinburgh's glow. Ghosts in the alleys, stories they show. The castle stands like a sentinel bold, holding secrets in its stone so cold. Tartan skies, they stretch so wide, a crafty heart on a Scottish ride. Oh, crafty traveller, where do you roam? Through castles and highlands, far from home. The bagpipes sing, the rivers hum. Scotland's calling, the journey's begun.
On our way to Hopetoun House, let me tell you about Outlander at Hopetoun House. Hopetoun was featured in as many locations in seasons 1, 2, 3, and 7B of Outlander. It was played a wide variety of places, including the Duke of Sandringham's residence, some of the Parisian scenes, and several scenes from the Helwater and Elsmere estates. The guides within Hopetoun House will help us with directions for the scenes shot within the house. In reality, the Hopetoun House is the residence of the Earl of Hopetoun and his family. He welcomes visitors to his home and many generations of his family since 1699. He lives there today with his wife and children, as well as being a visitor attraction. This is very much a family home. He hopes that this is what we'll experience as you visit it today. As Hopetoun is not a museum, they have designed routes or added interpretation and display materials for the education of the visitor.
Tour, and a little booklet. There's an Outlander one and a normal house one. You've all got that. Excellent. A little bit of the house and some of the Outlander connections. This really is an impressive Outlander location, used in numerous scenes, probably more than any other single location. I'll explain that to you later on. But in terms of the house, first of all, I'll do this bit first, and that helps set the scene. The house was built in 1699, and it was built for a young couple, a young man called Charles Hope and his wife Henrietta. But what was interesting was he was 8. My goodness. This huge house. Yes, this house was built for this young couple, obviously a wealthy young couple. But a few years later, he went on to become the first Earl of Hopetoun, and that became the family home of the Hopes ever since. So the same family have lived here for 11 generations, and today the 11th Earl of Hopetoun still lives in the house. He lives through that door today. He lives in there with his family. And although he has that side of the house, he will still use the rest of the house as a family home. And that's what we're trying to get over to you today. This is a visit to a family home and not so much a museum.
It's a family home.
So anyway, they built this house in 1699, and at the time they commissioned the most important architect of the day in Scotland, a gentleman called William Bruce. But a few years later, in 1720, so he was still a young man, he was still only about 38, he decided, believe it or not, his house wasn't quite grand enough. He wanted something a bit more imposing, something to reflect his status as an earl. And so what he did, and it's quite an amazing feat really, demolished the whole front of this beautiful house and rebuilt it in a different style. While it was William Bruce who built the original house, which is everything through the back, William Adam built the new house, which is everything that you've seen from the... As you drove up in the bus and you see that big sweeping facade, that's the new bit, that's the extension built by William Adam. So you've really got these two houses joined together, only 20 years apart in the architecture, but a world apart in their style. So we'll get you to start by going through the back. Everything to the back door is the original old part of the house. Everything through the front is the new bit. So I will go through the back, make sure you go upstairs, If a door's open, it's okay to go in, check all the rooms at the back, including the library. When you've done that, you're ready to go through the new part. Everything in the old bit is quite dark, wood panelling, quite a cosy, welcoming feel. Everything in the new bit is very grand, very ornate, lots of gold, lots of light, you've got a whole different feel. When you get to the far end of the old bit, you do have a decision. If those of you that feel fit enough, there's a roof viewing platform, but it's 92 steps. So those that want to can go up the steps to the roof viewing platform. You will enjoy the view, hopefully most of you will manage that. When you finish that, take the stairs down into the basement, and there you'll find where the servants work. And that's worth looking as well at the butler's pantry. So those that don't want to go upstairs can still go down. If you're not comfortable with either stairs, have a word with the guide and we'll let you down on a lift at that end. So that's the bit about the house, and you'll meet guys as you go who will tell you more about the house. You'll see information sheets in all the rooms. But as for the Outlander connections, so because the front and the back of the house are so different, when Outlander came here, they were very quickly able to use it as multiple houses. So our front house is Elsmere in the Lake District, and we're all fans, so we'll know what Elsmere is, you'll know about Geneva and Jamie coming to visit. The back of the house, however, was used as the Duke of Sandringham's house. So that's a house in Scotland, that's a house in England. So hopefully you can have time either before or after your lunch to walk round the inside of the house. Because one, you'll see the beauty of the house, but also you'll see these two different locations. And then there's a little bit strange twist in that you're leaving England to Scotland, but halfway round you come across the streets of Paris. You find the Ulysses. We had a very own Parisian brothel around there for a while. You all know that scene where Fergus was chased as well. So there's lots of things happening around there. Then a little bit further around, you come to a lane which was used as, it was actually used as Paris. At night time it was used as Paris, when it was used as Helwater stables, where Jamie was shoveling poo and Geneva was up to. You'll love it. It's a really good house. There's lots of things to see. Lots of strange little ones as well. Like, for instance, when you go across to go into our ballroom, you can just have a wander around in there. The tapestry room in there was also used in Series 8. The strangest one in Series 7, however, is if you go into where the tea rooms are, that was where, remember the London Underground station?
Yes.
We converted our tea rooms into London Underground station, which is kind of crazy.
Funny, yeah.
I'll tell you one sort of wee secret. You know the character that played Roger? Here about 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Oh yeah,
Right.
It was just incredible to see all the cast here. You've all seen this, I'm not giving you the secrets. It's good. Because we're all, it was just lovely to have them all here. But it was strange, he actually got married in the room where he met his dad in the 19th. Anyway, any more questions? You'll see guys as you go, you'll see me. You've got your wee plan.
This was Hal's office, or John's office. This is a model of Hopetoun House. There are many buildings around the house, and most all of them have been featured in Outlander. No, the 8, Series 8. That's not up yet.
No,
So this was used, I think, for Howe, General Howe. That's what Philip said.
That's right.
What is that painting?
That painting is 2 of the daughters of the third General. His story's a bit sad. He married a girl, Eliza, and they had 8 or 9 children, but the boys were born stillborn, so they only produced girls, so they couldn't pass the title on. So she offered to divorce them, but he wouldn't divorce her, so she died 20 years before him and they never remarried. But only one of those little girls out of all his children survived him.
Wow. charter room. That's what this is, the charter room. This is the room. But this room is where Mary Hawkins recovered from her ordeal. If you know, you know. And she and Claire sat on that settee. Look at the ornate top. Alright, I'm up the stairs. I'm gonna turn left. Here, let's see what this is. Upstairs. The dome. Ornate carvings on the walls. White satin bedchamber. Oh, look at the tapestries. Gorgeous. It says white satin, but I don't see any white satin. West wainscot anteroom. Again, the tapestries. They use them for soundproofing and for warmth. A little chamber pot there, a green one. I've discovered that this design, the leaves and cherries, are appliqued and the other pieces are embroidered or couch stitched. There's a little cradle. West wainscot bedchamber. Going down the stairs that I came up on, they're kind of circular. Probably hearing a tap. That's my cane behind me because I'm using the handrail. And there's people coming up. This is the new section, Adam's section. Look at the ceiling. Gold filigree on the ceiling. Looks like a tapestry of Henry VIII. Maybe not. This was used as the Duke of Sandringham's house. Another room, long room. Look at the ceiling on this. I think this was used as some of the ceilings, some of the scenes when they were in Versailles. Must be the butler's closet. And here is the bell system. They rang a bell up in the palace and they knew who was ringing. This is the butler's pantry. Everybody's gonna hang up their wash in here. At least the servants do. Right over the preparation area. Anybody want lunch? Here's chicken. Guess the object. Guess the object. I don't have time. This most likely was the dumbwaiter. There is still a bell here, and they've taken it out and put in a display case of fake food for people to look at. Ironing center. They did heat those irons up on a fire. And the washing center. The kitchen sink. And there's the water can. Wonder where they got their water. Probably from the roof. Pantry or wine cellar, most likely. This was probably the hat check area. Guests came, they brought their hats and their coats down here, and their wigs. Going up the stairs to the rooftop viewing. This is the servant's bedroom. Probably a high-ranking servant. I'm not going all the way up. I'm not going all the way up. There's the view. Going to the left of the house, if you were to stand on the stairs and look up, this building is where the ballroom is, and it's starting to rain. This is the entrance of the house, the building to the left of the main building. Tiger Hall, it's called. Tiger Hall. Hopetoun Tapestry Room. Has been the billiard room and is now used mainly for functions of varieties of tapestries. Tapestries. Oh look, they did the doorway over the tapestry to include the tapestry. More tapestries. The ballroom, and it was an auxiliary hospital during World War I. This is the back of the Hopetoun House, which was featured in Outlander as the streets of Paris. This is where Mary Hawkins and Claire encountered the bad men, and Fergus was chased. After walking around, I was hungry and got some lunch and sat out on this patio. Here is my Polish sausage that I had for lunch. It was delicious. This was the tour of the Hopetoun House, which was featured in Outlander many times. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. I'd like to thank my members Sherry, Rita, Desert Adventures in Arizona, and Sally Forth for joining my channel. Give me a thumbs up, comment, share, and subscribe. Stay crafty, smart, creative, and safe when touring Hopetoun House in Scotland. Thanks for watching.